right, so let's talk about number one. Identify the number of significant digits in each number. So 503, that has 1, 2, 3 significant digits. Is everyone on board with that one?
Yep.
3 sig figs. Then we get to 12,724. That one has 5 sig figs. Everyone pretty good with that one?
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting into too tough stuff yet. And then we get this tricky one, 1,400. So,
Yeah, I think it's 2.
so trailing zeros, they're talking about trailing zeros after decimal places as being significant. They don't really talk about ones being before decimal places being significant. So this is a dilemma. Might this be rounded? 1,400?
Well,
So I said,
1,400 is equal to 14.
yeah, well, if I said, you know, I spent $1,400 getting my car repaired, might I have rounded that off? Is it possible? So I might have rounded that to the nearest hundreds place. Do you guys know what I'm saying? It might have been 1,421 bucks, and I just rounded it off. So that's the thing, we're not really sure. So we know for sure that these two ones are accurate. We're not sure if these ones are totally true. You know what I'm saying? So it gets into the fuzzier thing. So this one actually has, it might be 2 significant digits. It might be 4. We're not sure. But let me talk about a couple of the rules you guys had. So here they talked about the first rule is non-zero digits are considered significant. You guys kind of got all those ones, right? Like these are all non-zero. So that's a piece of cake. Zeros between digits, like that one, that's also a piece of cake, right, for folks. Yeah? Leading zeros are not significant, so that's where it gets tricky. If I had 1.00314, how many significant digits is this one?
3.
3. Only these ones count. You go to the first non-zero and you start counting there. So 1, 2, 3. 3 sig figs. Does that make sense, folks? And then we'll look at trailing zeros. If they're in decimals, they are considered significant. So if I put 0, 0, 3, 0, 2, 4, 0, 0, how many significant digits does this one have? Yeah, I go to the first non-zero one and start counting there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sig figs. I'm over with that part.
Mm-hmm.
Now the next part we'll talk about rounding a little bit, or place values. So I just wanted to give you guys this to kind of help you out, because it's a little bit tricky. People kind of forget. So here's my decimal place, and then from here I kind of count off, going from the point, the 4, that's in my ones place, right? If you're paying out to someone there, that's the $1 bills, right? The 7, that's in the tens place, right? So if you're paying out someone that'd be 7 $10 bills. And go back to money, right? The 1 is in the hundreds place. 2 is in the thousands place. 3 is in the 10,000s place. Everyone's kind of cool with those things. It gets a little trickier when we get into the decimal places. So the 0, that's in the tenths place. Each of those represents a tenth of a dollar. And then if I go one more over, the 8, that's in the hundredths place. Where is that commonly that we see? Pennies, right? We know money, that's where the pennies go. Each penny is a hundredth of a dollar. So it kind of, those ones should be, you should be able to go back and sort out the hundredths place from money, hopefully, and that can kind of anchor you on the other spots. Because then the next one over is the thousandths place. You notice it has a TH on the end? That means it's 1 over 1,000. So the tenths place means 1 over 10. That's how much it's worth. The hundredths place means 1 over 100, hundredths with a TH. This is 1 over 1,000. And then the 10,000s place, I don't think we're gonna go any further than that in this, is 1 over 10,000. Good. So those should help you kind of sort out the stuff you have in terms of 2, and then you guys should, who knows how to round numbers? Okay, so at least 1 or 2 people in each group, so you guys should be able to help each other out with that, and kind of write down, get down a rule for that one. And then there's some practice rounding some things, because those are sort of some key stuff to do. All right, so go ahead and we're going to be spending the next hour working through this, this handout. So go ahead and proceed.
So what was 1C?